everyone, welcome back or welcome if you're new here. My name is Aurora and today I decided to share with you kind of like a part 2 of my DIY Christmas ornaments. If you missed it, be sure to check it out. I shared with you how to do 5 different Christmas ornaments by yourself. And today you're gonna have 2 more ways of doing your own Christmas ornaments plus a nutcracker. And actually one of our ornaments is gonna be a dupe from McGee. I'm gonna show you right here what it looks like. So on their website, if you want it, it's $12 for just one ornament, which is insane. Like if you want several, it's so expensive. So I looked on Pinterest. Okay, Pinterest is a magical place. Dangerous but magical. And I found a way to do your own. So I decided to try it and then to share it with you. By the way, I forgot to mention in my previous video, I had to buy clear glass ornaments to do all my different DIY just because I just moved here in this country. So I didn't have anything with me. So that's why I had to buy ornaments. But you don't need to buy new ornaments to do that. You can just use old ornaments that you don't use or you don't like anymore. It will work the same, no problem. Except, of course, for the 2 ornaments where you need to see through, so like the floral one and one that I'm sharing today, the Mercury glass one. But for the rest, since we're painting and we're covering everything, you can just use any ornaments that you already have and you don't use anymore. Alright, so let's jump into it. We're gonna start with our dupe from McGee, and here again I'm using the clear glass ornaments from Walmart. I started by removing the caps, and then I taped the ornaments on the sticks, so this way it's much easier to handle them. Then I'm gonna be using some joint compound. I still had some in my garage from when I built the faux fireplace, but you can take a much smaller size, we don't need a lot. And I'm gonna mix it with water in a bowl. I actually needed to put way more water, but I didn't know it yet. So here, I took a paintbrush and I tried to splash the compound on the ornament, but it clearly wasn't working. So I tried to add more water to make it more liquid, but as you can see here, it's still not working at all. I tried several times to add more water. Each time I cut it because it will be too long. So I ended up wiping it off with a paper towel and I decided to try it with another brush. The bristles were more stiff on this brush and finally that was working. And I kept adding texture until I liked the way it looked. And by the way, this step is really messy. So be sure that you're outside with nothing around you because it's gonna be covered. Look at this mess. So then I'm gonna be using some forged hammered spray paint in the color Burnished Amber and spray it all over my ornaments. You don't need to buy a spray paint because it's more expensive, so you can totally just use a regular paint in black or a dark brown. That will work the same. And I let it dry for about an hour and a half. Once it was dry, I used some metallic paint in the color Antique Copper, and using a small brush, I dabbed it all over the ornament. I really tried to take as little as I could because I wanted a subtle layer and this paint is really pigmented. So I really tried to take as little as I could. And then I did the exact same process, but using some rub and buff in the color Gold Leaf this time. I wanted to still see the dark brown and copper under it, so here again I tried to put as little as I could on my brush. And last, I am mixing two colors together to really try to reproduce the similar look than the original ornaments from McGee that you can see here. And once again, I try to lightly add the blue color. I worked by small sections so I could wipe it off a little, but also spread the color right away with a paper towel. And I just kept adding the color, doing the same process all over the ornament. And I let it sit until it was completely dry. In the meantime, I painted the caps by mixing a little bit of black paint and a little bit of rub and buff together, and I applied it on the caps with a paintbrush, mostly by dabbing it more than brushing. And once everything was dry, I just put them back on the ornaments, and that's it. Moving on to our next ornament, I got inspired by the amazing Evelyn Hernandez here on YouTube from one of her videos last year. So here I'm gonna start by spraying some looking glass spray in the color silver into my ornament. And I'm gonna spin the ornament to coat the entire surface. I just added a little bit more. And then I used a hair dryer to dry it just to speed the process. And be sure to keep rotating your ornament while you blow dry it. That's really fascinating how you see it turning into a mirror effect as it dries. And then I added one more spray of the looking glass thing, and I sprayed a mix of half a cup of water and half a cup of white vinegar into it. I shake it a little bit. And once again, I blow dry it to speed the process, still rotating it all along. So it's with this step that you're gonna see your mirror paint getting dissolved by the vinegar, and it's gonna create the look that you want. I did this step one more time to add more color, specifically at the bottom because the vinegar dissolved it a little bit too much. Then I used the forged hammered spray in the color burnished amber, and I added 2 sprays in my ornament plus the mix of water and vinegar. And I spread it all over the surface while blow drying it. So let me show you the difference before and after adding the burnished amber color. I really like how it looks a little bit more vintage and dark with it, but you don't need to do it if you don't want to. It's just personal preference. And then for the caps, I just spray painted them with the burnished amber spray. and put them back on once it was dry. So moving on to our last DIY, I'm gonna use this unfinished wood nutcracker from Hobby Lobby. All their Christmas decor are 50% off, so it's only $4.99 instead of $9.99. And using this shellac spray and metallic spray in the color antique brass, we're gonna try to give him a vintage look. I found this idea on Pinterest and it turned out really nice and easy to reproduce. So I'm using the shellac spray first. It's gonna help to prevent the wood from absorbing the paint color and also to hide the wood texture and make it more of a metallic looking. And then right after, I sprayed the metallic paint all over it. It says on the shellac bottle that you have to wait an hour before using anything else on it, but apparently skipping this step and putting the metallic paint right after helps to give the antique look that we're looking for. And that's it, then I'm just letting it dry for a while. That's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel so then you can help me grow and push my video through. So this time for real, the next video is gonna be the Christmas haul. I'm really excited about it, so stay with me, subscribe, and see you next time.